Hey guys, welcome to another video of Scent Saga. My name is Deep and that's my wife Chandrima. In this video, we are basically trying to figure out the best clone of JPG Le Male Elixir that we have in our collection. There are total 8 clones for that particular perfume. Let's see which one becomes the winner. And the legal disclaimer for this video is added in the description below. Feel free to check that out if in case you want to. So Chandrima, you know the drill.
Yes.
In case somebody is not aware of, we do the blind test through strips marked with A, B, C and so on and so forth till H, because total 8 perfumes. And we will compare 2 first, and the one that gets rejected will be revealed, and the next strip will be then added on till we find the winner, which will be disclosed at the end. The perfumes that we are going to be testing today are Haramain Perfumes Hyderabad, their clone, which is Le Male Elixir Super.
Okay.
Then this
You're bringing in super again?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is Arabian Aroma's Le Male Elixir. This is another new company that I got to know about, which is Menworks.
Oh, I like the bottle. It's like an ice. I
Frosted glass,
Yeah. I
So
like the bottle.
the name of the perfume is Golden Reserve.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we have got Follow Me Perfumes Le Male Elixir. Then this is Vivian Luxury's Le Elixir, which is basically Le Male Elixir. And then that's Albait Aldamashqi's Le Male Elixir clone. That's a decan that we got from our fragrances. This is Lataffa Kingdom.
Okay.
Again, that's a decan that we got from Sentira, and that's Rayhaan Elixir. This is a decan that I got from Perfumes Decant India. And on your left hand side, that is the OG. Which is JPG Le Male Elixir, and that decant is bought from Sentira. Okay, so before we start the test, I want you to smell the OG strip.
Okay.
Tell me what you feel about the perfume. In case you want to, you can give a rating as well. And tell me what you actually smell. You like the smell profile, you don't like it, blah, 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 everything, okay?
Oh, gee. It's a little too sweet for my nose.
Yes.
I think, I don't know why, but I think there is a burnt sweet flavor and there is like spices along with it. All in all, I think it is towards the sweeter note,
Yes.
which I am not really
fond
fond
of.
of.
I get that. But you have tried Ultra Male from JPG as well. That was also sweet, but you kind of like that scent profile.
Yeah, correct.
The reason over here might be because it's a bit more thick, a bit more dense.
Yeah, I think it is denser and it's quite heavy. I don't think you can really wear it in all kind of occasion and
No,
under
it's
all
strictly-
kind of climate.
It's strictly for the winters, I believe.
Yeah, I don't really prefer this kind of heavy, dense, sweet smell.
Okay. So did you get any notes of mint at the top?
Yeah, there is a smell of mint and flower.
Yeah.
Sweet is profound and there is some spices as well and burnt flavor.
That burnt flavor is from tobacco. It has got a hint of tobacco as well in it.
No doubt.
So basically it's a minty floral because it has got some lavender, it has got a lot of honey in it and a bit of tobacco, and I think it has got leather as well, I don't know, but it has got some spices as well. They have mentioned benzoin that is supposed to smell like cinnamon, okay? So that is that entire combination over here. To a lot of people out there, they prefer the Le Male Elixir over Ultra Male because they find that Ultra Male is outdated. But for me, I would prefer Ultra Male over Le Male Elixir.
Me too, because for me it's towards a sweeter note and I do not prefer sweet note for a guy to
Okay. So now we have got the strips lined up A, B, C, D.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you, So I'm going to give you strip A and B. You tell me which one stays and which one leaves. Okay.
Leaves?
I mean,
walk
gets
off.
rejected.
Okay. Very strong coffee. A and B. This is A, this is B. Not bad. A is not bad.
Okay.
I mean, they're quite there, huh? They're
Okay.
quite there. No, I'm gonna keep A.
You're going to keep A and you're going to reject B.
Yeah.
Okay. So the reason for rejecting B, I mean, out of the two, what was the difference that you
Right. So in A, I could actually smell the profile of sweetness and tobacco and mint. And in B, I can smell all of them, but I think the tobacco-ish burnt flavor is a little lesser. So I think among A and B, I am gonna reject B. They're not close.
Okay. So B is basically Arabian Aroma's version of Le Male Elixir.
Yeah, but they're not bad. They're in the same
Yeah,
beginning.
I can understand. And to somebody who doesn't like the note of tobacco, This is something that you can go for. This is a little less tobacco-ish.
Yeah.
And also the sweetness on this one is a little bit less.
I think as a standalone perfume, I'm gonna go with B.
Okay.
Because as I said, the tobacco-ness is a little less and the sweetness is also kind of a little...
It's a bit mild.
Mild and balanced. I will actually go for B if it is a standalone perfume.
But in terms of closeness, A is more closer.
Yeah.
Okay, so Arabian Aroma is selling the perfume for 700 for a 50 ml. The projection on this one is around an hour, and the overall longevity when applied on the clothes was around 6 hours. So in case if you want something in that same DNA, but you want something a little bit less sweeter, a little bit less tobacco-ish, then I think Arabian Aroma can be a good choice. But if you are looking for that exact clone, one-to-one clone of JPG Le Male Elixir, then I guess there are others that we need to try.
Yeah.
Now let's move on to C. So now it's A versus C. Let's see which one stays and which one leaves.
Okay. I'm smelling the OG and the C, okay?
Okay.
OG. Okay. No. C is not there.
So C gets rejected, A is still going to be over there, right?
Yeah, I think C is less closer than B.
Okay, C is less closer than B. That's a really strong statement because the moment I'm going to reveal the name,
Oh my god.
a lot of people will feel, okay, is that so? Because the name of the perfume is Albait Aldamashqi's version of Le Male Elixir. You know, Albait has got a really big fan following. Okay, so whenever we test a clone, a lot of people will ask, like, have you included that Albait Aldamashqi's version of that particular perfume?
Okay. I felt that this is way more fresher. They're not close. First of all, they're not close.
Yeah, they are not. The floral is heavy on this one as well.
Yeah, I think the floral and the mint is towards the higher end, making this perfume a little fresher.
Okay, but you don't see the sweetness?
No, I do.
But
I mean,
it's
sweet and floral and sweetness, floral and minty is making it a little less denser because the sweetness makes it, because the tobacco actually makes it a little dense.
Okay, somehow for me, Albait kind of choked me a bit more than the others. I mean, in terms of the clones. But yeah, I mean, as an individual, which one would you have went for? This one or Arabian Aroma?
Depends, because you've used Arabian Aroma and there is like a little bit of an alcoholic blast in the beginning.
That's something that is kind of a constructive feedback for Arabian Aroma. Like, there are a couple of perfumes from your end which are really good. But what usually happens is there are a lot of other perfumes which has got a very strong alcoholic blast. While I do understand that, you are in the budget category of perfumes, but if you can increase your, quality maybe by a few margin and increase the price like 50-60 rupees more or maybe 100 rupees more, I don't think people will be, complaining. So rather than, keeping the cost to 700, if you can increase it to 800 and rather give a little bit more quality and a little bit less alcoholic blast, I think you will do wonders. But as an individual, let me share the pricing because that will help you out.
You're confusing me. Wait.
Okay.
I'll tell you. I mean, as an individual one, I would have still gone with Arabian Aroma. And it depends on the opening. If the opening is too synthetic for Arabian Aroma and the opening of this perfume is a bit better, then I would go with Albait Aldamashqi.
Okay, so let me share the pricing for Albait Aldamashqi. That will make it easier. So Albait Aldamashqi is selling their perfume for 1800 to 2100 for a 75 ml.
Oh, that's less.
Yeah, but the performance in this one is way above Arabian Aroma. The projection on this one is around 1.5 hours of strong projection. And the longevity overall when applied on the clothes is around 7 to 8 hours.
Nice.
So making this way above when it comes to the performance department.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you're paying a higher pricing for this, you're actually getting something which is a bit more stronger and which will last you a bit more.
And also I feel that Albait Aldamashqi is something that you can pull it off in the summer season as well.
Okay, you felt that?
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's move on to strip number D. So now it's A versus D.
I don't like the OG only, unfortunately.
I do get that.
Okay, I'm smelling D. This is really nice. Okay, as a perfume, this is really nice smelling perfume and very minty and, citrusy. I think the citrus element is enhancing the perfume.
Okay.
To be honest, I mean, they're not very close to the original one.
Okay. So
you can smell it. I mean, it gives me a little fresher,
Yeah.
I like it as a perfume.
I feel it has got a orangey kind of a note in it.
Yeah, citrusy note in it.
And
It's a
yeah.
different element. Okay, so I can't say that this is a clone, but I can say this might be an inspired version.
yeah, some inspiration has been taken, but it's not head-to-head clone.
No.
Okay.
It's not head to head.
So this is basically Menworks Golden Reserve.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So this is a perfume which is selling for around 800 rupees for a 50 ml. The performance on this one is around, the projection basically is around 40 minutes to an hour, and the overall longevity for this perfume is around 6 hours. As an individual, I felt that this is something that you can use even in the summers as well.
Yeah.
Although it has got sweetness in it, but it's not overly sweet.
Not chokingly,
And
like
not
you're
chokingly
not gonna
sweet.
choke out of the sweetness.
Exactly. So as a head-to-head clone, it might not go there. But as an individual, it's a really good perfume.
Yeah. If they are saying that they are an inspired version, I agree with them.
Inspired,
They have taken few
Some
elements.
inspiration.
But if they're saying that like head-on clone to the original,
Then
it
it's
might not be. Yeah.
Now it's E. A versus E.
Why am I keeping A? What is this? You were sure I would have kept A or something?
I can't say anything, you know that.
Okay. Okay, E, right?
Yeah.
E. Okay. Okay, I mean, again, I would like to say that they're inspired, but they're not like the original one.
Not head-to-head, right?
No, not head to head. The sweetness over here is actually a bit too much, which is kind of, subduing the other
elements. Okay, so what you're basically saying is because the sweetness is amped up over here, the other smell structures are getting a bit, suppressed.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you feel that this is kind of close to the OG or far away from OG?
No, not far away from OG.
I mean, like with Menworks, it was inspired, but it was not nearly head-to-head.
Yeah,
How about this one?
So even this one is like that. I would say this is inspired, and I feel that this can be actually worn by a young person going into the college and stuff. They will get compliment with this.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're also, the DNA is same, but because of the sweetness element, other elements are kind of a little mellowed.
Okay, so let me just smell that as well. Yeah, the only thing that I feel that is different over here is the notes of the floral notes are kind of, getting suppressed by the sweetness over here. But again, this is something personal. It can vary from person to person. Like we feel this way.
But they're not bad. They're really good.
Yeah, the perfume is nice.
Same DNA.
Yeah, the perfume is nice. So before I reveal the name of the perfume, what I really want you to understand is all these perfumes have kind of tried to incorporate that same DNA.
Correct.
Some will have something a bit more, some will have something a bit less, but overall they are trying to follow the same route. And along the way, some people will, fall short by a long margin, and some will go like very close to the OG. Over here, what I felt was this is, somewhere there, it's trying to clone the OG properly, but there are some elements which got suppressed due to which we feel that it's not head-to-head clone. So the name of the perfume is Follow Me Perfumes version of Le Male Elixir. Okay. So Follow Me is selling their perfume for 898 rupees for a 60 ml. And the performance on this one is really good. Around 1 to 1.5 hours of projection and around 6 to 7 hours of longevity when applied on the clothes. So for that pricing, you're getting a really good, also the blend is not too alcoholic. It's a really good blend. But if we have to, compare it head to head, it's not 100% of it. There are others which are better. Now let's move on to the step F.
F.
Yeah.
OG. I don't think they're same.
You don't think they are same? Okay. So what is the difference in this one?
The flower note is there. Sweetness is there. Mint is there. But I don't feel that the same sweetness is there which is there in the original one. And the tobacco, if there is any tobacco in the original one, it kind of misses on that.
Okay. So as an individual perfume, did you like this one?
Yeah, I'm fine with this because of the less tobacco smell.
Okay, this is Rayhaan's Elixir.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a Middle Eastern brand, by the way. And Rayhaan is selling their perfume for 1,900 rupees to 2,200 rupees for 100 ml.
And they're selling it as a clone of this?
I mean, they have made the perfume and internet has said that this is very near to JPG Le Male Elixir. Okay, what I basically felt is the florals are a bit different over here. That is what I believe. Like, I feel that way. Along with the lavenders, I feel there are some other floral notes over here.
They've given a little bit more flower and sweetness to the perfume rather than the tobacco.
And the sweetness is not honey. It's sweet,
yeah,
but it's not honey.
Right?
Exactly.
It's a different sweetness.
So this is a good perfume in terms of the projection and performance, but there has been mixed reaction. Like some people say that Rayhaan Elixir performs well, while there are others who say that, you know, Rayhaan Elixir does not perform well. In my case, what I have got is around 1 hour of projection and around 6 hours of longevity, which is a bit lesser than the others that are over here. So in terms of that, you be the judge whether to go for Rayhaan Elixir or not. That brings us to strip G.
How many are we left with?
Only one more left.
I'm still keeping A. Oh, G. I'm gonna smell the A one again. Okay, A. Wow, this is close now. Okay, I'm gonna keep G and move A.
Okay, so finally, A gets beaten.
I am not going to say as to why I am rejecting it because I really have no answer to it because they are very close. But because I feel that G is closer.
Because G is closer.
Yeah.
That's the end of the story.
Yeah.
Okay. So A, which has been, you know, battling for so long, is surprisingly Haramain Hyderabad's
Yay, they're super. They're super this time around.
Le Male Elixir Super. Okay. And the pricing for this one is surprising as well. 100 ml of this you can get at 1500.
Wow.
Okay. The projection on this one is around an hour and the overall longevity is around 6 hours. So that makes it one of the most value for money Le Male Elixir clone out there. But there is a disclaimer. Haramain Hyderabad is notorious for having bad quality control. Some of the batches have really good quality, and then there are others which has got, you know, very bad quality. The same happened with Havas as well, because their Havas is really good. If you have seen the, you know, the battle of the clones for Asasi Havas, you will see that Haramain Hyderabad was really good. But after we recommended it and a few people bought it, there was a very kind of mixed reaction. Some were really happy with it, while some were, you know, cursing us like, what have we recommended? Because the quality control on that one is not that, you know, at par with the rest, I would say. So in case you want to try it out, get a smaller batch. Don't order the 100 ml first and see if you like it, or luckily you get the good batch. So that's Haramain Hyderabad's Le Male Elixir,
really
which fought through from starting till almost the last two strips, which says it all. Like, this is very close to the OG. And right now we have the current winner, which is G, which will go head to head with H.
H. I'm nervous. This is also nice. I mean, at least I think this is at par with Haramain.
Okay. But still G is closer.
I don't know. I'm really confused, like smelling. I don't know. I mean, they're really head to head.
Okay, so there is no, like,
They're really head to head.
they're very close to each other.
See?
That is okay.
You smell coffee. Otherwise, you will choke your nose. They're really head to head. I can't reject one. Sorry.
Okay, so in terms of the smell structure, both are really very close. So if you can't make the decision over here, let me help you out, okay? G is basically, let me share the pricing with you. That will help you out, I guess.
Wait, I will go for G.
Okay.
But H is again head to head.
Okay, very, very close.
Very close.
Okay.
But I'm
It's a close
inclined
second.
towards very close second. I mean, like 98, 99.
Okay.
Like that.
Okay. So the winner, G, will be revealed. But before that, let me reveal H. Which is Lataffa's Kingdom.
Which one is that?
Lataffa Kingdom is this one. The decan that I got from Sentino.
It's expensive or what?
Kingdom is selling for 2500 for 100 ml.
Oh, That's not too bad.
Yeah. The overall projection is 1 hour and the overall longevity is 7 hours. And the blend is really nice coming from a brand like Lataffa. Okay. Well, like a very reputed brand.
Yeah.
And the winner, G, is basically Vivian Luxury's Le Male Elixir clone. They call it Le Elixir.
Nice.
The pricing for this one is 1,150 only for 100 ml. Okay.
Wow.
The projection for this one is around an hour and the overall longevity is around 6 to 6.5 hours when applied on the clothes.
I like it. Why? Do you know why I'm happy? Because it's an Indian house. I mean, a vocal for local kind of a situation.
Now let's make this a bit more interesting, okay? Because Kingdom was kind of very close second and the winner was Le Elixir. Let's try the opening and see if there is any difference in the blend quality. Because one is selling for 2,500, another is selling for around 1,150. Say 1,200 rupees. So that's kind of half the price. Let's see in terms of the blend quality if you can figure out any difference, okay? I'm applying Kingdom first, okay?
Kingdom here, okay.
And then I'm applying Le Elixir on the right.
I'm OG?
You want to, oh, okay, you want to try the OG as well. To see the opening?
Yeah, how would I know otherwise if this?
Yeah.
Where did you put?
Over here.
No.
Yeah, I did.
It went there.
No, it didn't.
But honestly, even the OG has an alcoholic blast. Why? What's wrong with this perfume?
Okay.
Okay. You see?
There's a weird, it's a minty sensation, I would say, in the opening.
Okay. This is
Kingdom.
Lataffa.
Kingdom. Yeah, Kingdom.
Not bad.
In terms of the opening, right?
Not bad.
I know.
The smell?
Yeah, very identical. Almost neck to neck.
This is also not bad.
Yeah, but there is some level of differences in the opening.
I think the opening, Lataffa is closer.
Yeah.
But I think I think both of these are like really good.
Okay, so now coming to the conclusion. In today's test, what we found is if you want to get a really good clone of JPG Le Male Elixir, you can go hands down with Le Elixir from Vivian Luxury, an Indian house, selling it only at 1150 rupees for 100 ml. In case you don't trust an Indian brand and you want to go for a Middle Eastern brand, in that case, Lataffa's Kingdom is a really good option.
Really good choice.
Very close to the OG, even in the opening, even in the dry down, very similar to Vivian Luxury.
Correct.
Okay. In case you want to go for something which is inspired by it but has a little bit of citrusiness or oranginess in it, then you can go for this one, which is Menworks Golden Reserve.
Yes.
In case you still don't want to go for Le Elixir from Vivian Luxury, but you still want to go for an Indian house, then Haramain Perfumes.
It was
Hyderabad,
fighting a long time.
and it was kind of the close third. And still, you don't like this one as well, and you want to go for something else, which is a bit more sweeter, a bit more youthful, then you can go for Follow Me Perfumes version. And if you don't want anything which is sweet, but carries that same DNA which you can wear in the summer as well, then I have got two choices for you, which is Albait Aldamashqi's version, which is a bit more fresher, a tad bit less sweeter, and Arabian Aroma's version, which is a bit more fresher and a little less sweeter and has got less amount of tobacco-like note in it.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so there you go. Orangey, less sweet, youthful, Indian but cheap, Indian but super cheap, but the winner. Or you can go for Kingdom. And with that, I think we can conclude the video. And if in case you have suggestion for the next clone battle that we should do, just use the comment section. And if you have any queries or concerns with today's video as well, please, use the comment section and get back to us. So with that, this is Deep and that's Chandrima signing off. We'll see you on the next one very soon. Bye-bye.